Peace, this is Yari, and I just wanted to go a little bit into the sun in Aries. Happy sun in Aries. This is a vibrant, beautiful time. The earth is pregnant with the divine, ready to just burst, and bloom. And this is just a perfect time to go ahead and let everything that has been taking place in the past few months manifest. You know, a lot of things are going to manifest, whether it's in the good or in the bad. So we just have to look forward, move forward, and look ahead, just like a ram, because right now we're all in that energy of the Aries, okay? So what we're doing right now with the Aries, we're shining our light on our actions. We're shining our light on ourselves, on our initiative, on our actions, what we actually do. Okay, Aries representing yourself, representing how you identify yourself and your appearance, and how you are seen and how you move. You know, so this is dealing with that when you're in Aries season, whether you're an Aries sun, whether you're an Aries moon, whether you have an Aries ascendant, and just wherever you have Aries in your chart. A lot of people, even if you're not an Aries, you have a lot of strong Aries influences in different parts of your chart. So wherever you have Aries in your chart, and everybody's chart, of course, is different, that's where you're going to be shining the most light at in that area of your life right now. And this is a time, this is a place where for you to be the most active in that place. Now, a lot of people haven't had their chart done before. A lot of people don't know what their chart is. And so a lot of times, a lot of people feel a lot of confusion. They don't know what to do or where to go or how to go about things. So that's knowing your chart, is knowing your body, knowing your life, getting to know your vehicle. Your vehicle is what's housing your spirit, okay, your breath, and what is carrying you from each situation throughout your life. And this is what is keeping you here, and that's what's maintaining you, is your breath. And your body is your chart, your body is your clock. So your body always knows what time it is, even if you don't know what time it is. And we're not talking about real time. We're not talking about the time on the clock. You know, your body is your clock. So that's why I say your life is a business, and under universal law, your body is your life is your business, and there's a certain way that we operate as planets, as above, so below. So with that, a lot of people may not always feel aligned and may feel out of whack. Now, one thing for sure is definitely because there's also a retrograde right now. Two planets are retrograding during this season. You have Jupiter and you also have Mercury retrograding, which is taking you back or making you feel backwards or making you feel like things don't seem the same. Things are going back. Okay, so in a retrograde, things are just like reoccurring. Things are just happening again. I always say it's like a replay of a movie you've seen before or of a show you've seen before. You're just like, oh, I've seen this before. But now it's for you to watch it a second time and look at it a little bit closer so that you can understand what's taking place, and it helps you to move forward and to know what to leave behind from before. So it's almost like a test or a refresher in class or in the course of life. You know, there's always going to be a retrograde every 3 to 4 months where you're going to take time to reflect on things that you've learned before. And it's almost like a refresher course, like I said, where you're just taking this test or you're paying attention to things a lot closer and remembering things from before to help you get ahead. All right, so this almost just like the universe is giving you a chance to do something again. So it will revolve people back into your life. People, places, things, situations, just for you to look at it closer, for you to make better decisions for yourself, to know what you do or do not want for yourself. And so that's the best thing right now with a retrograde. I always tell people to take advantage and not to be afraid. A lot of people fret retrogrades, especially the Mercury retrograde, because they think that it's taking something from them, you know, because communication does go off. Communication does change. A lot of people get into it with other people a lot. You collide with a lot of other planets because it seems like nothing's going off, everything's going off track and nothing's going the same way it was as far as these other planets. So it's thinking, your communication, is the way you say things, things coming through the mail, things being delivered. All of that is dealing with Mercury. All of that is dealing with your thought process. And it's also dealing with Virgo, dealing with your logic and reasoning and reality, your day-to-day routines. Everything is off track. Everything feels like it's going off track, I'll say. It appears this way, but it's really just holding back something, or it seems like it, you know, and something is just really being held for your benefit, okay? Because after the retrograde, you'll see why things took place that way. Also, I always say do not make any big decisions during the retrograde. Okay, never give someone your word or sign a contract, an agreement, a bond, a lease, proposals, marriage. I always say that any type of thing where you're giving somebody your word, because during the retrograde you may not be able to back it up afterwards. So you always want to tell someone, you know, when you know the retrograde is over, when that planet is going direct, especially Mercury, that's when you want to have a conversation or a meeting with someone after you've had that time to reflect. And after that time, you've used those reoccurrences and had time to reflect and look at things that have happened to make a solid decision for yourself. So I always say that even dealing with court or anything like that, you want to push back your court date. You want to do anything like that that could hinder you. Because if things are going backwards, you get your name get caught up in paperwork. You know, you don't get mail that you were supposed to get. Text messages you were supposed to get. Somebody just didn't get a message they were supposed to get. Somebody misinformed somebody and didn't get a point across the right way. You know, this causes disagreements and a lot of frustration. So I always say, with that already happening, you don't want to give anything with finality, any type of final deal, any type of yes, I'm doing this right now during a retrograde, because you're kind of still going backwards even on your word, and you may end up going backwards even on that word. You're going to end up backsliding on something that you said because of the circumstances of the retrograde. With the Jupiter retrograde right now is dealing with restoring things. It's Jupiter and Scorpio. Okay, so we're dealing with just abundance, but also dealing with restoration and rebuilding things and putting things back together again. We're dealing with mending things. And so with that, you want to talk about wherever you have that in your life. Some people have it in the first house, second house. However, you're just fixing things and mending things, and you're trying to restore yourself in that area of your life. I always say it's just like being ashy in a certain area of your life. You just need some lotion right there. So it's just like the universe sees a big patch of your life where you just really are very ashy, and you just need some moisture here. All right, you need something to be put back there. Something was empty here, and something is now being restored. And with Jupiter, it's dealing with abundance, so that's coming with a lot. You know, you're getting a lot put back where something once was not. And then with the amount of degrees it is, we're dealing with time. So you're dealing with time that you want to get back, because you are the time. You know, I always say there is no such thing as time, but if we are going to say that time is real, it's because you